the name Tony Caridi. It is a great. That's his name. He's never had to use a pseudonym that I know of. But I came up in radio when everybody's name was a little weird and funny. And today we're going to play the announcer name game. So Stephen Tony, whatever your name is, I'm going to say a name. Now this could be the name of a DJ at some point in history, or it's one I made up. All right, I'll give you a one to start. Matt the Ripper.
Matt the Ripper. Wow.
It sounds like a DJ. It sounds like a name. I'll go with that.
I'm just going to play the opposite side of it.
That was my first air name.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kaiser, West Virginia.
In Kaiser, West Virginia. You're right. Matt the Ripper at Q94, the rockin' best.
That was back in my head, man.
Okay. So that's one for Steve and none for Tony. The Pimp with the Limp. Is that a real DJ name or is that a one I made up?
You made it up.
And what do you think, Steve?
I mean, it's not a made up name. Pimp with the Limp is not a made up name. Well, I think somebody used it. Yeah.
That's two for Steve. That's a DJ in Miami, Florida.
Thought that would be in the West Coaster or Detroit.
All right. The next one, Dolly Tater Tots. Dolly Tater Tots.
You made that up.
Dolly Tater Tots. I mean, yeah, that's a made up one.
She could have been a fan of Dolly Parton and, her tater tots. Anyway, yeah, you're both right.
I'm on the board, baby. I'm coming for you, Stevie. I'm coming for you.
Okay. Skid Marks. Skid Marks. DJ or not? Tony says yes. Steve.
I say yeah.
Well, I'm going to give Tony a bone. I'm going opposite.
That is true. That is one.
I got one for you.
Okay.
This is true, so I'll just tell you it's a real DJ name. My brother-in-law is a DJ in Pittsburgh. Kenny Woods.
I love it. Kenny Woods.
For those that don't, for those that don't know, that's an amusement park in the Pittsburgh area. And it was either they gave him an option, Kenny Woods or Seton Hall.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I'll go Kenny Woods.
I was told I had to have a name with the letter being the same. So Matt McHugh. That and I liked Kurt McEwen at DC 101. He was my favorite DJ, and I wanted to have a name like his. That's how I ended up Matt McHugh. Okay, here's one. Tommy Green, the classic rock DJ machine. DJ or not a DJ? Steve.
Tommy Green, the classic rock machine. I feel that's too long to have as a handle, so I'm going to say no.
Like I could see a guy go like, 11:57, Tommy Green. Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
That's a no, actually. That is a no. That's one I made up. One last one just for fun. Traffic person, Elaine Closure. Is that real or not?
I feel like that's very clever. It's very, very, very clever. That's it? A lane closure? That's it? No, nothing?
Nope, that's it.
You know what? I'm going to give you a little props. Maybe you made it up.
I'm going to say it's for real.
It's not one.
I'm saying
I worked with Lane Closure. So, yeah, she's very real, and she's still on the air, and she still uses that name. All right. The traffic names are usually the best ones. Like they're, I've heard some pretty dumb ones, from, and I wish I could come up with them in my head, but Elaine was one you never forget. It was just like,
hey, can I give you a code name? So in a game, when a football or Mountaineer basketball game goes on, normally this is non-conference early in the season, and things oftentimes in basketball get out of hand, and like a coach, West Virginia's up like 400 points, and they'll start to put players in that aren't in the roster, like a walk-on that doesn't even have a jersey name or anything. we go when it's not on any sheet, he automatically becomes Roscoe Swarps. Yeah.
In my hometown of Kaiser, when they don't have the name, I pop in every once in a while as
Matty
a player.
Stott. Yeah, Matty Stott.
Yeah, they throw in like some of the other guys from high school.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we get in the record. I think I scored a touchdown this season. I was killing it.
Oh, man.
Tony, thank you for coming on.
Congratulations.
Can I tell you a story about a young man and his first time in college?
Please do.
This story is brought to you by our friends at the Book Exchange, our new sponsor. Use our code Burning Couch to get 25% off when you go buy something from the Book Exchange. So my first week at WVU, I'm a rube. I'm fresh off the farm. I think I'm cool, but probably not. So my first week at WVU, like all students their first week at WVU, I was at the Book Exchange. And I was shopping for books. I met this really pretty blonde. She had sorority sweatshirt on, and I'm like, we're talking about books, and I think I'm really getting somewhere. 18, 19. I think it's going on. And so at the end, I asked her out. No, this is probably a junior who's in the sororities, and I am a lowly freshman with hayseed stuck in my hair. What do you think she said?
Of course. Give me the number, Matty.
Nah, Steve. No, she let me down. She gave me a big fat no. Never saw her again. I mean, saw her on campus a couple times, but I never said hi again. She deflated me for probably a full year from asking girls out. But you know who's never deflated me? The Book Exchange. They've always been there, Steve. They've always been there when I needed them. They'll give me a hug. I walk in the Book Exchange, ask for a hug. I get a hug.
And Matt is funny because she was an imitator. And just like Morgantown, there's a lot of imitators in Morgantown. But the Book Exchange is not one of them. The history, like we talked about, since 1934, a small family-run owned business. Burning Couch, right now, you would get 20% off. But we already said it's almost nearly free. Largest selection of women's gear, WU gear, men, women, children, kids, what have you.
And by the way, you can still go and, of course, spend your first week getting your textbooks there as well. There are so many people who come into Morgantown and try to make money off of West Virginia. The Book Exchange, if you're going to spend your money on West Virginia gear, spend it local, spend it family-owned. We support family-owned businesses. In fact, we have no sponsors that aren't family-owned businesses. The Book Exchange, use the code Burning Couch, go to bookexchangewv.com. And remember, take a screenshot, keep your receipt. We're going to do a drawing at the end of the month, Steve, for some cool gear from the Book Exchange. And you're going to throw in something that they would never be able to get, correct?
Yeah, nostalgic. That's the key word that we're going to have with the Book Exchange is nostalgic. We're going back to 2005.
And then, and we'll take it back to 1934. The Book Exchange. Go check them out. Burning Couch is the code. 25% off. Do it now. Do it. Do it. Do it.
From Jam Street Media.